Hi everyone, it's Roman again and welcome to the third stream of creating our node graph for my game dev life. So today I will show you the progress, a lot of it, that I've done during the Christmas. Because of course I still went to my family in a limited capacity because of course we have COVID and other shit. So yeah, but I've done some work, so I will show you that. So let's change the scene for this one. I hope the music is not too loud because I don't know why it was quite loud on the previous scene. Let me get everything set up on my second monitor. Okay. So as you can see, I've added a first real event. I've added also support for translating all of this texts that will be entered here. For now it's done like this, so if there is empty field for translation, it just gets the value from here, but normally here will be the key from the file with my translations. I just didn't have time and energy to do this because all this also will change. That's from my other graphs, but yeah, of course the same goes for choices and things here. I've also added a possibility to randomize delay. I will show you the code in a moment. We also have new condition. I don't know if that was on the previous stream, but we have not has trait, so the negation of this check. And we have also check value, which is right here. I used it to determine whether the character money is greater or equal. Here I added the possibility to check every value, and value you pick just from the event data. And I believe that's pretty much all. For sure I've added add money node and also add trade node. They have conditions, of course those don't get them. Here we can choose the account type, also the value, so it can be static or it can be randomized, and for now it will be randomized. So yeah, now I will show you the code for this. So, one more thing that I will show you in the game, but for now I will just give you the code for it. I've added here in the load choices in update choices update choice method, I've added the code for handling tooltips. So the tooltips work on the principle of going through each next node from the choice output until it encounters delay node or event text node. And if we have add trait, remove trait, and so on, I didn't add those yet. I mean the nodes for the removing of money, of traits, and so on. We might do this today. So yeah, that's that. It just basically loops through the next nodes in every next node in the graph until it finds delay or event text. And here is just the handling of what should be displayed in those tooltips. So in a moment I will start the game and I will show you that. So yeah, let me just do this, but I need to disable some Y first. Okay. And we can look at it. Okay. So let's load this game save here. And if I do this, so I will lost money and I will wait until the next month. As you can see, we have not stonks graphic, just as a temporary graphic for this event. And we have those three choices. As you can see, of course, they don't give us anything, so there is no tooltips. I may add static tooltips that will just maybe add some additional information, I don't know. But let's go for this one. Maybe I should borrow money from my friends. And we managed to do that. And as you can see, our personal account is increased, and because of the straight is hidden. Wait, I think I've missed something, because I don't think this trait is hidden from the player, or maybe it is. The trait. Yes, it is hidden, so that's why it's not shown here, but it's shown here. Why is that? It should not. So let's see. Choice trait must be not null, and that's the problem. So we need to check this here. Trait to show. Right. So it is out from this check condition. And it's probably wrong. What type of check is it in the graph? It is this one. This one. This is this choice. So there is no condition for it. So why is it displayed here? Because this must not be null. Interesting. And I forgot to mention that, of course, money will be added only if the conditions are true, but that's obvious. This might get some... Yeah, because here if we have add trait node, then this will be here, but we need to check if this and this that is hidden is not true, actually, and then we can assign it. Okay, so that's a quick fix. But unfortunately we of course have to reload the game. Yes, the delay and delays are saved, so this is the really only node that I'm saving. So because I disabled the ability for the player to save during when the text is shown, so you can only save the game while the node is on the delay, and the delays have their ID, which is hidden here in the inspector, but it's there, and this is the only value that I'm saving. And today I will add support for handling multiple events at once, because for now it's just a simple int here, the player class. And I will just paste it into the array to save it later. So yeah, the save and load system works. Okay, so let's do this. And now we should not get... Yes, we should not get this. We only get the tooltip about the money. And of course, this value is randomizable only once, and when the value is assigned, you cannot re-randomize it unless there are some bugs in my code, but I hope not. And then we will get this money. And in theory, let's check if there is no more bugs with this option, but let's wait first for this event to end, I should say. We need to wait half a year, the game time. Yeah, so we got this condition here checked, so that's why we got this event. This text to displayed, and now we can once again go below 0. We will get this. And let's try borrow some money. And I think I've messed it up. This trait should be 24. Let's see if our character still has it. Employee's trait. Rude, worth, trusting, kind, full of energy. Okay, we don't have this trait. Why is that? So it would seem that this, not this, this not worked. Okay. Let's see once again. Oh, actually, I might fucked it up. But this should not have any effect, so that's not that. It should work here, but this should return true. Thanks, Dennis, bye. I mean, I need to check if this condition is true, because there might be something wrong in this function. Because this is by far the most complicated one. It has a lot of logic that I might do wrong. So let's debug it first and then we'll start working on multiple events. For the testing I will not make any new one, I would just use this test one that we have here. As you can see, I have some more events here. I checked if the condition for checking value worked. So yeah, we might use that as well, we shall see. So now, let's play. And see, we can really see it here, if I just check my employee, if we will get new trait. Now we have 5, so let's do this. Wait a little bit. Borrow money. And now we should get new trait, yes, we have it. Should be the last one. Oh, there is some bug with this one, because we get some other trait? Oh, okay. Why is that? Ah, because I have selected employee, not selected trait. Right. So I probably have this same error. No, here I've done it correctly. Wow. Okay. That's just my stupidity. Right, so now everything should work, but let's check it, just to be sure. Because then I will forget if this bug existed. Of course, I will extensively test all of my events when they will be ready. But for now, let's focus on this one, and let's make it as perfect as we can. Let's make quickly less than 0 money, and check this option. Okay. And now we have a problem of this kind. That's not good. And that's because... Wait. Whoa. Okay, yeah. So that's the employee. I fucked it up so hard. It should be like that here. Alright, I forgot because this function has the arguments are switched between some other function. I don't know why I did that, but that was completely off. But now it should work. Let's remove this debug log. It's not necessary. Oh my gosh. And now let's see. Okay, let's do this and this. We got the money. We got the notification about this trade. We should not get that, but I will add the condition for it later. Because that's a hidden trait and you should not be able to see it. Because that's the backend game logic. Nothing that you should worry about in the UI. Okay. So now when we do this and warp the time, we should not be able to get money from friends, and as you can see, we cannot get that. So now we can look for part-time job, and that will add us straight additional job. It should be visible. Okay, nice. So that works. Now let's do one more thing with this add trade. Why did I commented it out? Probably for testing purposes, but now we don't need that. So let's do this. Right, so we will leave this just like it is now. What is this? Why there is else if? There is something wrong with this function, but I don't know why. And I've added it quite long time ago, so I'm not really sure. The old trade, why is it differently handled? If at all, because it should not, I think. I will leave it like that, but I will need to test it and I need to save this for later. In my notes. That was pretty interesting. Okay, but for now, let's make the support for multiple events. So now let's delete this and this, and we will need all of this to be in a separate class, I believe. Current event. Okay, so let's just delete this, go to the end of the script. Above the extension methods, we will add public class interactive event. I believe we don't have this class anywhere, so let's add it right here. So the same event won't be able to start twice, so we don't need to add any additional ID for this. And we need all of this data, but this data will be stored in a list here. So we will get public static list of type interactive event. Interactive events, maybe let's add active interactive events. By default this is just a empty list. And as far as the default values here go, everything is okay. Okay. So now we have a lot of errors and we need to fix them. So, going through each one of them in the list in the update method, it's not the most efficient thing to do. But I think we don't really have an option. I mean, we can do this in the coroutine and then just increase it by 1 every second. I mean, loading of this should not be that hard. For now, let's just replace the code and add support for this code that we have here for multiple events. So for each interactive event in player dot active interactive events, if this is different than -1 and this is different than it is static, it should not be static. Okay. This current delay node, it is also need to be in that list, I think. But of course we will not save it. Do I save this list? Yes, I do save this list. So yeah, we need to also delete this and paste it here. We will add the tag for lead.json to ignore it, because we cannot simply serialize this. Why is this underlined? Oh, we already have this. No. And now I will need to not fuck this up. Okay, that will be hard. But here is the current delay node, so we will here only add interactive. Here we will need to also pass additional arguments for this. Hi, Danny. Okay, let's start with this script. This current event also needs to be here. This I don't think, or maybe we'll see later. So we can simplify this, and we can only check if player.active interactive events.find value where value current active ID equals event ID equals null. Okay, so when we don't have this event started, we will start it. Then we will need to add this. But I cannot simply add this because I need new interactive event, so maybe let's do it differently. Let's start new interactive event, new interactive event, and it will be this. Or this will be just a new interactive event. And new interactive event that current event will be this one. So we have that. We can copy this, paste this. Okay. Current event, so we need to also just add this. What is this music? Oh, okay, somewhere from down here. Alright. It actually might be copyrighted, but who cares? Current event data. So we also need to get this. Okay, I really need to only... Now, which is which? Here we need to add node. Okay. And data I. So that's probably also from the node. So I think we need to add node here. And we need to add this with this prefix. Okay. And here we will check. And if this check will be okay. Wait, because if this interactive event won't start, then it won't be added, so this will be unnecessary. So now we will go for the player that active interactive events. Let's add new interactive event. Okay. Oh my gosh, how much problems here is, wow.
At the base of my neck, it takes the snake skin.
Okay, but here we don't have any problems.
You've been waiting.
What I see, here we have a problem. Current event data. Now, which event data is this? That was from this script, so it's node. Okay, but we need to find it first. We have this node, but still we need to look through the list. So we will go player active interactive events dot find value where value dot. How do I find it? By this ID. But I don't have this ID here. So you know what? Actually, the fastest way I can fix it is to add this information into our graph. Or maybe even the pine cones have better things to do than let me think. The trees until they drop. The earth misses. Because we need to find it there. But this ID is the ID from here, so it's not assigned to the So I really need to... no. This is called here. This is called here. I mean, if I change it to have it start here in the graph, I can access it from every node. Or I can just pass it through all of these functions. Or even, to make it simpler, let's do this, public int interactive event ID. By default it equals -1, and we will change it here. We will just we can use really any node. So let's do this for the start one. .graph dot interactive. Is it public? Yes. Should I not be able to get this, or should it be static? It might actually need to be static. Oh, I was certain that I can get this value from here, but apparently not. Okay, that complicates things. But I mean, I was able to get it from here. Oh, I need to cast it, okay. So we need... Can I do this in one line? I don't think so. But anyway, start node dot graph as interactive event graph. And now I cannot get this through the dot, so I need to store it. Event graph, for example. Okay. And event graph dot. Okay, now ends. This should not be static. And we will get this, and we'll assign the event ID here. Okay. So now I should be able to get... But every time I need to use this, really? That's lame. I'm certain that you can do this in one line, but I don't know how. What's the syntax for it? So I will need to do this like that every time. But the graph should never be null, so at least I don't have to check for that. And of course we will not need this, we will need this. And here we will get the value dot current active event ID equals event graph dot interactive event ID. Then we will get the current data, and from this we will get event data. Or no. Okay. So now we need to add node here. Yes, okay. So that's that. Let's go further. And this, start delay. Okay, so we have the delay node. So for this we will also need this to get the ID for the event. And we will get this from the delay node. And we will find the interactive event interactive event, it will be equal to player.active interactive events dot find value, where value dot current active ID equals event graph dot interactive event ID, and from this we will change here, here, here. Okay. Okay. And that's what I need to copy here. Okay, so for this we will need delay node also. Or we will need just event ID, maybe, only. So then we won't need this, we'll only need this. We can change everything here and here like that. And here we need to... Okay, we have it here and we have it here, okay. So here I can, no problem, just pass interactive event current active event ID. And current event, I will also need event ID to pass it here and also here, and change it to that. Not really, I don't need to change it to that, I need to remove it, so that's really unnecessary. Yeah, so I need only to not find but remove. And here we need to pass the, by default, next node. If it's any other type, I guess I can just... And that's the problem for this, because I need to also get this. But okay. Let's get this, let's get this, dot this. Ah, but I cannot get this like that. That's a problem. But I can get this from the next node. Right. If the next node is not null. Because if the next node is null, then we have a problem. Right, so that won't work. But by default this is null. So I can get that from the current node, right? Current node should not be null ever, so that should work. Okay, so let's move further. Okay. So here we need to get find, and then we need to move it from here. That remove, player stays. Okay. Here we don't current event data, and unfortunately to get the current event data I need to do this, and to do this I also need to do this, and from this node should get event graph dot interactive ID. And from this we should be able to get this, and this is a node, so we need a node. Okay. I can copy this for here. Yeah, but I should not do this probably everywhere. I can just do it once, not in a loop. Here. Oh, okay, I don't have... I only need to get this once, so I can just go for the first element in conditions. It will return if it's null. Okay, so that should not be a problem. So we can get this, but it should also be a node. And we need to copy it below. Or not for this. We need to paste it here. Okay. Right? No, we should replace it. Okay. That's without double dot. And the same goes for here. So I guess we can just push it up here. Like so. And I fucked up the formatting. Okay. So it should be available here, but we also need to change this. For this. And the same goes for the other overload of this function. So we will add it here. Okay, and we will copy this. I hope I'm not making some big mistake in my logic, because if I will need to replace all of these lines again, it will be a pain in the ass, so I hope I'm doing it right. Okay, so that's all for this script. We need to also get the current event data from up here. If I only need it once here, I will just add... I don't know how to call this character in English. I don't remember the name. Brackets? Brackets, I believe. Or maybe not. I'm not sure. But we need to get the current event data. I have this copied, not what I want to be. To have, let's copy this up here. We'll get this graph only once. Not from conditions, but from the add trait node. Just simple as that. And now we should get this from this interactive event. And here we need to add node. And now only the part of loading it after saving the game. Okay. So here we just need to for each it, right? We should not have anything that is equal to that, so I don't really need to check it. Fuck me. Like so. And we will just need to do for each. Okay. So for each interactive event in layer active interactive events, we will to the interactive event assign this. Here this and this. This. Why is this not working? Because here I need to add node. I believe also here I will need to add node, right? Right. This. Here I don't need to add node. Here let's change this. And add the node. And that's that. That's it. Let me check with these, because now delays are the critical part, and we may done something wrong, but I don't think so. Okay, so in theory it should work. Because when we end the event we will remove it, when we start we will add it. And that's all that we need. Okay. So now let's test it. Do I have the test event on Control T? I have it. I have the check value test. Okay. I don't remember how it worked. Okay, so it will start instantly. That's okay. But I mean, we should probably have something with delay also to be able to test the safe load system. So let's change it to test event. I hope I typed it right. I think so. If not, then we will get an error. But let's see. And maybe for the testing purposes, I will just add it to my list debugger. We will add public list of type interactive events equals new list. Let's change the name to active. And we will assign the value. I mean, I can do this in end line for the player active events. Should be enough. So let's start with triggering this event. We will see if it will trigger. It will. So let's try borrowing money from friends, and now we will start the next event. Who knows if it works? Okay, and let's check the list first, maybe. And the list is not serializable, so it's not shown here. Okay, then I fucked up, but let's see if the logic will work. Okay, it is possible that this is showed faster, and this works, and that event is done. So now if I will wait for another 6 months, we should get the next event. I don't know, this will be in May or in June. June probably. Yeah, okay, so everything works. I mean, it should, because if we don't have any errors here, I probably linked every value here correctly. So that's not a problem. Now let's first of all make this class serializable so I can actually see it. System.serializable. Right, okay. And now we'll try to save in the middle of 2 events, and we will see if it will load properly. It should. So first of all, let's make negative account balance. Okay, and we have this interactive event. Okay, we don't have any delay, right? We don't have current delay, no, okay. So let's try borrowing some money. Let's start the next one. That's because of how the post system works in the game, so the time is actually going on, but very, very slowly. So that's irrelevant, really. Though, of course, if you stay too long on the pause, the next month will be toggled and so on. That will probably broke the game off, but I doubt that anyone would leave the game for that much time. So yeah. I mean, now if we click this, and we will hit F5, okay. Let's disable the game completely. And we will see if it will load properly. I mean, if the old data will be in place, then it should work just fine. Because the script is data based. Yeah, okay. Every node is correct, so I guess it works. Let's change this because otherwise the game works quite rough. Okay, this went first. Everything reset. Okay. This one will end in a moment. Okay, great. And it will be removed. Perfectly. And if I start the new one, it will of course be once again here. If I click this, it will automatically end without a problem. Let's wait for the end of this one, just in case. Now we can actually see the progress of it, so that's nice. And now, what a relief. Okay. So that's how we've added support for multiple events, and that's that just in Polish. Yeah. Why this window keeps going off from here? I don't know. Right, so let me look. What else I have to do? I mean, tooltips are actually working, so I guess I can just remove this. Because we fixed some bugs with them, now they should work properly. This is for later for me, so I guess we only can add new nodes for now. I mean, I don't really need any new node for this event, but of course we need to add the opposite nodes to this, so they will remove trades, they will remove money from the account. So I think I will do it now. I don't know what color scheme I will go, because it will be great to have them both on red, but it will be hard to pull off, really, because actually the delay is now red. I will go maybe for different hint of red. Or maybe I will leave it like that, but then it will be harder to find. Maybe I will just mark it otherwise, so that it will be visible from Zoom. Okay, I will think about later. Now let's start adding them. So we will add, first of all, maybe the simpler one, and I think simpler will be for trades. So remove trade node. Let's open it, and actually we will just copy the whole add trade node, because it will be almost identical. Just here we'll change some. Remove trade. We have X node. Why do we get errors? I don't know. Remove trade. Okay. Node. Any node. Condition node require all event data value index. Select a trade. Select employee. Any node. Okay. We don't really need any more. Anything more? Let's see. I will try to change this color. Maybe I will even try to change it first in Unity, and I will see if it will get me the results that I want. So let's see it. Okay, we can test it here. So let's paste this. And if I just add the red, it will turn out pink. I don't really want it pink. But for now I will leave it. So yeah, like that. Maybe actually I will stay with it. Who knows? Okay, so we got that. Let's also add the editor script. Bishop script remove trait node editor. And let's copy the whole of this. Not that money. Remove trait. So custom of type. Remove trait node. Okay. Remove trait node. Remove trait node. That's the music that played in the Hank's car on the beginning of Detroit. I don't know if I told you that already, but I bought Detroit on the Christmas sale on Epic Game Store. And I tend to play it on the channel, but when we will of course finish Cyberpunk or Assassin's Creed Valhalla, or probably the earliest series that I will end will be from the Star Wars, The Old Republic. Okay, I don't think we need to change anything more here, because everything else should work the same. Okay. Let's see how it looks. I mean, it doesn't look bad. But you know what? I will actually go for the different tint of red, I think. So let's find the delay node. Not the editor, the delay node script itself. We'll copy this color and we will get on the website that I used previously. And it is called, I don't know how it was called, color. Make color darker. I think I made this statement previously, yes, and we have this here. So I can paste it with a hashtag. And we can't make it brighter. Okay, this darkens it. I won't lighten it. Okay. So once more again here. And we want to... Wait. It was supposed to lighten it, not darken it. What? Wait. This also darkens it. How is that? Oh, actually, it might be like... No. Come on, because that's also... Okay, I forgot that I have the... this. So let's maybe change it for... like 25 for now. Here. And see how it will look. Oh, I changed the delay node. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to change the remove trait node here. But I mean, it will look good, probably. Maybe it's too light. I mean, maybe a little bit lighter, actually. So let's put 30. Because I want this graph to be easily readable from outside, so I can see what is happening. So I would like every type node to be different color. So I guess I can probably make it like yellow. I think I can make it yellow. Or I can make it blue as the same as this, but then it will be quite hard to read. So maybe no. And if I only put like 10. Will it be distinct enough? Not really. Okay, so for now let's leave it at 30. Not 130. Okay, and let's see how it will look with the remove money node. So let's add that. I should not copy this, I should copy the add money node. But we don't need this. We don't need this. I have too much open. So let's close a lot of things. Remove trade will for now stay. Remove money will stay. Add trade will stay. This will stay. Delay. We don't need that. And we don't need that. Okay. And we need to edit remove money node. Paste it here. Remove money. Remove money node. Anything here that is specific? No. So now the editor. And as far as the editor go, we will of course use this one. And of type remove, trade node editor. Not trade, remove money node. Here, what the fuck? Here and remove money node. Here. Okay. And now for the color, we will make it 60. I will definitely need to change the color scheme of this because that looks terrible. Yeah, that looks definitely not good. I mean, I still have yellow, I still have orange, for example. Or maybe I will change the delay for orange. Or for yellow, because that's more neutral. Yeah, probably. Let's change that. Let's make the delay nodes yellow. And I will use the game main theme color. We'll see if it will look good here, because it might not. Yeah, it will look... I mean, it looks fine, just we need to change the font for darker, because you cannot read anything from this right now. But it can stay like that. And the previous color I will copy. And we'll place to remove node, maybe. For now. Or maybe this one will be orange, maybe not. So maybe let's change it to remove money. Because that's... this color that I'm now pasting, it's actually the color of negative finance, like in notifications and things like that. So remove money node, this one. And this one will need to be different. It should be orange. Maybe I have some nice orange color here. Somewhere in my palette. Nice orange color here. Okay. I mean, the color scheme when the delays were red was nicer, but it will be better in the long run, because delay... I don't know why I get this red before, but... yeah. So let's quickly change the remove money should not have dark font, right? Yeah, it should be white. So, remove money node editor. Here we delete this, but we should add it on the delay node. Do I have custom editor for the delay nodes? Yes, I have. So this here, and then this will get just a color.white, and we need to use, I believe, Unity editor class here, or namespace I should say. Okay. So now everything should be readable. Yeah. Okay. I mean, this yellow color might be too bright, so I will maybe just darken it a little bit. Because that's really bright. Delay node, this one. Darken color. Up here. And darken it not that much, like by 25%. So it still will be quite bright, but not as much. I mean, now let's leave it like that. Okay. As far as those nodes go, we need to of course give them some logic, so I will probably need to test them in some way. So maybe let's just do this in the test event. So for example, after this one we will add... Actually, let's make a real case scenario. Of course not here, but for example, there will be plenty of events where when you have the given trait, so for example this one, trusting, you will have... I know what I have to also add. I think, how much do we stream right now? 1 hour. So maybe we'll do it on stream, but we need to... So for the sake of it, I will leave it here, and I will say that we need to add a random chance. Actually, we might do this not in those nodes. We can make it more universal. Random chance in check value. So we will do this in the condition node, and in condition node and in event data we will add the option to have randomizable chances. Yeah. So it will look like that. So when I will have the condition and I will have check value, I will just make sure that it is lesser or equal. Here I will get the, for example, if I will have 50% chance, I will just, here I will pick the value that will be randomizable each time this condition is called. So yeah, we'll do this in a moment. For now, let's try this, and we will remove the trusting trait. We don't have any condition for it. Okay. That might actually produce some errors, so I will leave it like that to remove them, because all other events ended on the choice node, and this is different kind of node, so it might broke something off, so I will it. Here we'll remove trait, okay. We'll of course also remove money, just for the test's sake. This from personal, and we will just take 1000 description test. Alright. And now we also need to make proper functions here. So add trait, let's start with this one, let's copy it, let's change the name to remove trait, remove trait node, remove trait node, we'll change everything here, 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 and this will be called where this is called, but in the case that we actually get remove trait node, remove trait node with this remove trait node, and we will break. And the same goes for the money. And the money we here. So let's do this, let's do this. Remove money node, remove money node, and everything here we need to change for proper value, and that's a lot of places to change it, but we are done. And now we should call it here in case we need to remove money node, remove money node, and break. Okay. So that's that. We can also add the tooltips. They will be added up here. Okay. Yeah. We actually need to just copy this and change the case for remove trait. Remove trait. Trait lost. And let's add this quickly here. So trait lost lows trait. Okay. Should I add S here? Someone loses trait. Yes, I think that's how you use English. I'm not entirely sure. So if that's wrong way to... That's the wrong time? That's how it's called? Sorry. I will fix it when somebody will tell me that it's wrong. Not add money, but remove money. Remove money. Of course, here we will need to paste it in a lot of places. Oh, and one more thing. I need to change the void types, the other script. Here I will also need to get new lines here, remove and remove. Okay. So I can copy this, can paste this, can do remove here, remove here. We'll get minus, minus, not zero, minus. Okay. And the color is the one that we now have on the node, so I can just copy it from here. Okay, just to make it more consistent, I will use the capitalized version. Okay. And I will change the voids here, because on remove trait we will actually want to remove trait from the employee, not add it. And here we will need to not add money. I mean, we can also change money to remove, just to keep the naming appropriate. And we will subtract personal money, and we will subtract company money. And here I don't need to pass earning types, I need to pass spending type, and it will be order. But I will later add different category for the events. But that's not really connected to the graph editor, so I will do this off camera. Right, so those two nodes should be ready to go. I hope. So let's see. We actually need to fire up the test event, so it will be even faster than testing it with the actual event that will be in the game. Probably with, of course, with different graphics and with probably quite extended texts. But let's see. It did not work. Why is this not working? Come on. I'm pressing Ctrl T and nothing's happened. Oh, because I have this event already started. Fuck. Great. Let's start it once again, and we have an error. because we don't have next node. You know what? We actually need to check this first. If next port is different than null, then you can proceed. Is it right? Yes. And if not, then just stop loop. I should probably add a limiter here, because otherwise we may get Unity crash because of the infinite loop, but I hope I've done it right, so there should not be any infinite loop, I hope. Okay, okay. Once more again, okay. So yeah, this character will lose rate trusting, and we should get -1000. Let's see. Yes, and the event ended, so everything works as intended. Great. Amazing, okay. And we've also eliminated one problem here. If there is no next node in those kinds of nodes. Okay. Let's add some and soon I will not. Okay. Just to remind myself, if I ever forget that this option loses the trait. Okay. I will also need to work on the tooltips, because... Wow, I forgot about that. I will need to... Oh, I will need to actually remake the tooltips in terms of how much employee traits are visible here, because you can lose multiple traits in one event, you can gain multiple traits, there might be chances of getting this. So I need to also not forget that. I need to remember it, so I need to make good name for this. So I will get tooltips, multiple traits. Okay. Okay. So that is done. And I guess we'll end for now. I mean, we can make this random condition chance. Yeah, so let's do this and then we will end for today. So let's close everything that we won't be using right now. Delay, no, this, no, no. Okay. And let's go for the event data node and condition node and editors for them. Let's start with event data, because here we will have a new type, random chance. Okay, I believe I don't need to add anything more here. So now everything I need to add is here, the check condition, and in check value, and here we'll switch on this type. Oh, actually I don't have the option to do this for employees, so let's quickly add that. Equals player, what? No, value to check equals, oh. Yeah, then value to check is just this, dot in value and break. Right? Right. And in case of data type dot random chance, then value to check will also be this. No, it won't be this. Value to check, it will be a random number from range from 0 to 101, casted to int. Yeah, and then we will check if it will be lesser or great or equal to this randomized value, then it will be true, and otherwise it will be false. Okay, so now let's copy this and add it below. Here, how much did I copy it? That much, okay. Let's do this. Over here, the same story. And now it should work. So let's try to add it. And we will do this in the test event. I will just add random chance of losing this trait. Of trait, not remove trait. Remove this. Nodes, condition. And we will add condition, where we will check value, we will add it here, will be type of random chance, allows the string trait chance, okay. And we will check it. If it's lesser or equal, then let's say 20, just to make sure it won't pass. And then in the tooltip I will need to add this value to show that there is a percentage chance of getting or losing this trait in this example. So let's see if it will work actually. Because for this I will get all of the notifications, because this trait is not hidden. So let's wait a little bit. Okay, now I can start it once more. And let's see. Okay, it worked. I mean, I can just abuse it until we will get randomized value below the 20. Okay, I think I'll just have a big yeah, I had a big lack of luck or something like that. Yeah, but it worked, but not entirely because okay, this was not refreshed, but I believe that this trait is no longer present on my employee. Or is it? It still is. Okay. So we got the notification, but the function itself did not work. And that's might be because I did not tested it. Do we get any errors in the console? No. So everything should work. But it does not. Okay, we checked if he had this trait. And we... The function itself should work, because it works for the traits that are expiring. We also got this notification. Very interesting. For now, let's remove this condition. Or maybe I should not remove it, I can just undo it here. And it won't be... it will be just missed. Passed on, I don't know what's the good word for it. We won't use it. So now let's wait. Okay. Control T. Now we should lose it. And the game told me that I've lost it. But I have actually not. Like everything checked out. That might be because I'm doing it in a very specific and quite dumb way, I must say. Because I should just go through the target employee traits to find this with the translation. Okay, now it should work. Let's see, I can close this one. Give me my editor back. Quicker. Okay. Okay. Start it. And now it works. Okay. Great. So yeah, let's make this chance maybe a little bit bigger. So let's add 50. Okay. Nice. And it will work for any node really, if it works for this one. So that's great. And that's why I wanted to do this here in the condition. Because I can just add this node and then it will work for any node that supports conditions. And that's what is great about the whole graph system. And adding separate node for those type of checks. And making it multi-purpose. Okay. And we should also probably check this for this event. Although we only have one, so that should not have any effect. But I will leave it just to be sure. Right, so we've added that, and with this positive accent we will not end this, because we will also add the tooltips for it really quickly, because then I will forget probably. I'm in the wrong script. I want to find this script here. So, okay. I should probably do this in a way like this. We will check if no. Wait, how do I check this? Okay, I may need to use... Okay, well, I don't know why I thought it will be easy to add, but it won't. I mean, I can just do this, but in a very not optimized way, so I would rather not to rush it and to think about it. I may add another check condition function with different overload that will return the list of all conditions. Just to not get, for example, the event data node each time. Wow, actually right now I think I can optimize this function really quickly. Because how do we get this data anywhere? Because I've added this function of finding the start node, and I'm curious, where am I using it? This one. Okay, we have some references. That's not the optimal way to do this, but yeah, that's very unoptimal way to do this, because I'm going through each node. So let's quickly. It should return node. Okay, so we can just add node. Start node. Yeah. And assign it here. And if it's different than null, then we can just get the value from it. Okay. So that's one call less. The same goes here, because that's the same script. Node start node goes this. If this is different than null, then get the value from it. Okay. So another one call less. Oh my gosh, I have it done this way in every script. I mean, that's only that's not really that important, because for as far as I can see, it is only in the editor, so it's not really a big problem for me, because my computer can handle it. But in case I will use it in the runtime, I need to change it. And I'm using this in a runtime, but only once, so... Or twice, but I also need to do this here. So let's optimize this anyway. Just to give my computer some break. And I think we have one more editor to fix. Or no. Okay. This is called only once. We don't have it anywhere else. Okay. So that's a little bit of optimization. So yeah, I will probably do the tooltips off camera because they will be harder than I thought. And I will probably add support for multiple traits that should be displayed in the tooltips and in choices themselves, based on those tooltips, of course. Yeah. And the hardest thing will be actually the UI. I think I will need to write some custom script that will just resize this to make it fit depending on how much elements is here. Yeah, that's probably what I will do. But anyway, that will be all for today. So thank you so much for staying here with me. On the next stream, I don't know what we will do on the next stream, because most of this custom graph is really ready. I need to add a couple more nodes with different functions to add mood modifiers. Probably I will need to add something more that will come up later, but I don't know. I will need to also look at my documentation and think about what other nodes might be necessary. But for the most part, we have a working graph system that should not have too much bugs right now. I mean, there are probably is a few, and I'm sure that there are different ways of handling this, and there is a lot of place for optimization. So yeah, I don't know when the next stream will be, probably in the next year, or maybe if I will, because I'm mostly starting those streams when I'm not really keen on working and when I'm tired, and otherwise I would not motivate myself to do anything. And because I've done this stream today, I've actually done a lot, and I'm glad for this. So anyway, that will be all for today, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next streams. Bye bye!